what I have done is basically I have taken up questions which are of difficult level and something that you can expect in an exam. Okay, we are not doing any easy question in today's session. We'll be doing difficult level questions or medium difficulty level questions in today's session. So I have figured out previous years or previous SAT papers, a couple of like 25-30 questions which I feel are important for your exam, for your upcoming exam. Okay, so we'll go question by question. What I'll do is I'm gonna show you a question on the screen and I'm gonna give you exactly 2 minutes. That's it. If within 2 minutes you are able to solve it, it's fine. If you're unable to solve it, consider that you don't know that concept. After 2 minutes, I'll explain you how to solve that particular question. Okay, so you can have your pen, paper, you can even have your calculators ready because most of the questions are from calculator section. You can have your pen, paper, and calculator ready. Okay. All right, so let's start with the first question. So here is the question and you have exactly 2 minutes. If you're able to do it before 2 minutes, then let me know. We can proceed further. Start with this question. All right, let's start with this one. Let's understand how can you solve this question. So D is 60 minus 3p by 4 and S is equal to p by 4. In economics, okay, just wait 1 minute. I think someone is there. Okay, let me see. In economics, the equilibrium price is defined as the price at which quantity demanded and quantity supplied are equal. If the quantity demanded D, okay, so this D represents the quantity demanded and the quantity supplied S, this is S, in terms of the price in dollars P are given by the equation above. What is an equilibrium price? Okay, so equilibrium price is defined as the price at which quantity demanded and quantity supplied are equal, which means we would want D to be equal to S. Which means 60 minus 3p by 4 should be equal to p by 4. So 60 should be equal to p by 4 plus 3p by 4. 60 is equal to 4p by 4 or 60 is equal to p. 60 should be the correct answer. Did you guys get it? Kashika, Himadri? Chalo, good. Try the next one. Hello, Barkumol. Can you hear me? All right, let's try this one. Enough time for this question. So this question is basically based on comparing of coefficient, which is something that we have discussed while we were doing functions and polynomials. So you have ax plus 2 multiplied by 3x minus 5b. If we expand this, so this will become 3ax square minus 5abx plus 6x minus 10b, or which can be written as 3ax square. I can take x common and this will become 6 minus 5ab minus 10b, and my RHS is simply negative 11x square plus 36x minus 20. So let's simply compare the coefficients. So I'm going to get that 3a is equal to negative 11, which means a is equal to negative 11 over 3. I'm also going to get that negative of 10b, which is the constant on the left hand side, is equal to negative 20, which is constant on the right hand side, which means b is equal to 2. Now the question is find the value of a plus b. Now let me just check whether this a and b satisfies this x coefficient or no. So 6 minus 5 into negative 11 by 3 into 2 should be equal to 36. So this will give me 6 plus 110 over 3 is equal to 36, which I believe is not satisfying. Did I go somewhere wrong? This is ax plus 2, 3x minus 5b. Okay, there is a minus bx square also. So I'm sorry, there is a minus bx square also, which I forgot to write. Sorry. So there is a minus bx square also. So there is a minus bx square, which is equal to negative 11x square plus 36x minus 20. I just have to redo this calculation. So this is x squared 3a minus b plus x 6 minus 5ab minus 10b is minus 11x square plus 36x minus 20. So 3a minus b is equal to negative 11. 6 minus 5ab is equal to 36, and minus 10b is minus 20, which will give me b is equal to 2. B is equal to 2. I'm going to put the value of b here, and I'm going to get that 3a minus 2 is equal to minus 11, which means 3a is equal to negative 9 and a as minus 3. So a is negative 3, b is 2. So I'm going to get, I need a plus b, so that is negative 3 plus 2, which is equal to minus 1. That's it. B is the answer. Alright, let's move on to the third question now. Alright, draw this one please. Alright, let's try this one. Now, if you get this question in an exam and if you have options, I would suggest you to simply plug in the options and figure out your answer. So I'm going to start with 0 because 0 is the easiest of the 5. So 0 square minus modulus of 5 into 0 is equal to negative 6. Now this will not satisfy because this will give me 0 minus 0 is equal to negative 6, and this is never true. So which means C is out. C is definitely out. Then I'll go with negative 2 because negative 2 is the next one which will is easiest for me to solve. So this is negative 2 square minus 5 into negative 2 is equal to negative 6. So I'm going to get 4 minus 5 into minus 2. So 5 into minus 2 can simply be rewritten as negative 10. And this is equal to negative 6. So I'm going to get 4 minus 10 is equal to negative 6. So this is satisfying. So negative 2 is correct. Let's check the other options also. So if I go with option A, then I will have minus 5 square minus modulus of 5 into negative 5 is equal to minus 6. So 25 minus 25 is equal to minus 6. Now this is not true, which means option A is also out. Option D is 5. So I'm going to get 5 square minus 5 into 5. This is equal to negative 6. This is also not true because 5 into 5 is again 25. 5 square is also 25. So 25 minus 25 is 0. And last is 6. So I'm going to put 6. So this will give me 6 square, which is 36, minus 5 into 6 is equal to minus 6. So 36 minus modulus of 30 is equal to negative 6. This is again not true because this will give me 6. So negative 2 is simply my answer. So rather than like solving it completely, because I will have to make two different cases, I'll have to open the modulus and I don't want to do that. So I'll simply plug in the options and I'm going to figure out my answer. Because understand, we need to save our time also. It's not just about solving questions, it's also about saving time. Okay, remember that. All right, so try this next question. Guys, answers. Madhuri Kashika answers. Cent. So you have to measure them in cents. 12,000. Okay. Cents is like $1 is 100 cents. All right, let's try this one. So energy use of appliances is measured in kilowatt hours, where 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 kilowatt used per hour. The table above shows the wattage of some common household appliances. So we have refrigerator, which has a usage of 700 watts per hour, electric oven, air conditioner, television, floor lamps, and etc. City A charges $0.14 per kilowatt hour. So this is the cost that City A charges for every kilowatt hour. City B charges 0.20 per kilowatt hour. What is the difference in the cost between City B and City A measured in cents to use an air conditioner for 2 hours? Okay. So air conditioner wattage per hour is 1000. So that is nothing but 1 kilowatt. And we can say that City A, since City A is charging $0.14 per kilowatt, so that is nothing but 14 cents per kilowatt. Similarly, City B is charging $0.20 per kilowatt, so that's like 20 cents per kilowatt. So what's the difference in the cost between City A and City B measured in cents to use an air conditioner for 2 hours? Okay, so this air conditioner is consuming 1 kilowatt per hour. So which means a person using this air conditioner in City A will have to pay 14 into 1 multiplied by 2, because that's for 2 hours, which is equal to 28. And for City B it will be 20 into 1 multiplied by 2, which is equal to 40. So the difference between the two will simply be equal to 12 cents. Madhuri, I guess you forgot to convert those thousands watt into 1 kilowatt. The charges is 0.14 per kilowatt, not per watt. I guess that is where you went wrong, right? All right, good. All right, draw this next one, please. Okay, energy use of appliances is measured in kilowatt hours, where 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 kilowatt used per hour. The table above shows the wattage of some common household appliances. So we have refrigerator, electric oven, air conditioner, television, floor lamp, and we have also been given the number of hours for which they have been used. And I think floor lamp is not included, so we won't consider that. So it shows us the electricity usage of a person who is living in City B. How much is his electric bill rounded to the nearest dollar for the month of June, and the charge per kilowatt hour is given to us as 0.2. All right, so I'm gonna what I'm gonna do here itself is I'm gonna convert this wattage into kilowatt. So this will simply become 0.7, 3, 1, and 0.2. Now refrigerator consumes 0.7 kilowatt per hour, and it has been used for a total of 720 hours. So I can say that it will be 0.7 into 720 as far as refrigerator is concerned. And the next one is electric oven, which is 3 into 5 plus 1 into 60 plus 0.2 into 280. So 720 into 0.7, that is 72 into 7, which is 504, plus 15 plus 60 plus 28 into 2, which is equal to 56. So this is 519 plus this will become 116. So 519 plus 116 will simply give me 635. So this is what we have consumed in total. Now multiply this by 0.2 in order to get the total bill that we'll have to pay, and this will be 63.5 into 2, so that is equal to $127. Good. All of you are correct. Well done. Good job. Okay, draw the next one. Okay, so we need to figure out g of f0 plus 2. Now this is a pretty simple question. So f0 will simply be equal to 3 times 0 minus 1, which is equal to negative 1. So g of negative 1 plus 2, which is simply equal to g of 1. And that is 4 plus 2, which is simply equal to 6. Good, well done. Okay, try the next one. What is the y coordinate of the point of intersection in the xy plane of the graphs of the equations above? So we have y is equal to 5x plus 1 and y is equal to x square plus 3x plus 2. Now in order to figure out the points of intersection, I'm going to equate the two equations. So I'm going to get 5x plus 1 is equal to x square plus 3x plus 2. So x square minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, which will give me x minus 1 square is 0. It simply means x is equal to 1. So the x coordinate of the point of intersection of the two graphs is equal to 1. What I need is the y coordinate. So put x is equal to 1 in either of the two. If I'm going to put it in the first one, I'm going to get 5 into 1 plus 1, which is equal to 6. Put that in the second one also. I'm going to get 1 square plus 3 into 1 plus 2. This will also give me 6. So either way is it 6. Good, well done. Okay. Try the next one, please. Alright, let's try this one. So I have cube root of 9a by 2 on my left and I have half of a on my right. This I can rewrite as 9a by 2 to the power 1 by 3, which is equal to 1 by 2a. Now in order to remove 1 by 3 in the power, I'll have to cube both the sides. So this will give me 9a over 2 is equal to a cube over 8. Now it's given to me that a is positive, which means I can divide both sides by a, and this will basically become a square, and I can cancel this will become 4. So 9 is equal to a square by 4. So a square is equal to 36. So I'm going to get two values of a. One is 6, another is negative 6. Now it's given to me that a is positive, which means I can't take a equal to negative 6. So my answer is simply a is equal to 6. Good, well done. Okay, draw this next one, please. Okay, try to understand this question. This is like a good question, came up in the SAT exam quite recently. Now generally what we study is, as far as SAT is concerned, we usually study two types of parabolas. One is upward, another is downward. Now interestingly, this is a right hand side parabola. Okay, now the solving of this is not required because again it's not part of the course. So what you have here is x minus 2y square minus 8y minus 11 is 0, which means x is equal to 2y square minus 8y plus 11. So x is, you can take 2 common and this will become y square minus 4y, and I'm keeping 11 outside as of now. So I'm going to convert this y square minus 4y to a perfect square. So this will become y square minus 4y plus 4 minus 4 plus 11. So x is 2, y minus 2 square minus 4 plus 11. So x is equal to 2, y minus 2 whole square minus 8 plus 11. So x is simply twice of y minus 2 whole square plus 3. Now what's my question? The question is, which equation shows the x-intercepts of the parabola as constants or coefficients? So if you want to calculate the x-intercept, what you basically need is the value of y to be 0. So you want the x-intercept of the parabola as constants or coefficients. That is, as soon as you plug y is equal to 0, you should have the value of x. As soon as you put y is equal to 0 in the equation, you need to have the value of x. So that is something that we can get from here, from this equation. As soon as we'll put y is equal to 0, simply we'll get the value of x, which is equal to 2 into minus 2 square plus 3, which will simply be equal to 2 into 4 plus 3, and which will simply be equal to 11. That's it. This is what is meant by the question. So your answer to this question is simply option number B. Is this question clear? Himadri, Kashika, Ayusha, is this clear? Good. Try this next one. This is from the concept of random sampling. Recent times, these questions have been coming frequently, so try this one. Let's see what this question is. Determine if cooking with olive oil reduces the risk of heartburn for men. Researchers interviewed a random sample. So we have a random sample of 5500 men who had no history of heartburn. All right. Study participants were identified as either regular or occasional olive oil users. 5 years later, researchers interviewed the men again. They found that the proportion of men who experienced frequent heartburn was significantly lower for men identified as regular oil users. Okay, so this is the conclusion that we have, that who experience frequent heartburn was significantly lower for the men who used regular olive oil. Okay, which of the following is the most appropriate conclusion of the study? Now we need to ensure a couple of things whenever we are solving a random sampling question. There has to be a word random sample. Oh, sorry, there has to be a word of random selection. This is very important. Simply selection is not random. Simply selection should not conclude your result. Okay, so we need this word random. Second thing is we need to stick to our domain. If the question is talking about men, we'll ensure that we stick to the men. We will not uh, extrapolate our conclusions for women also. That would be incorrect on our part. Okay, so we'll stick to the men. That's it, because the entire question is only talking about men, and the random sample consists of 5500 men. It does not consist of any woman as far as the question is concerned. Now what is option A? Olive oil use causes a reduction in the risk of heartburn for men and women. Now this is incorrect, because again women is not mentioned anywhere in the statement, so this is incorrect. Olive oil causes a reduction in the risk of heartburn for men but not necessarily for women. Now this is something that again we do not know whether it causes an issue for with women or whether it does not. We do not know that, so this is again out. Third is there is an association between olive oil use and the risk of heartburn for men and women. Okay, again this is incorrect, because we do not know that whether there is an association or not, but it is not necessarily a cause and effect relationship. Now there is no point of reading this further or analyzing this further, because there is no association for women. So C is again out. So it has to be D. Now let's read D first of all. There is an association between olive oil use and the risk of heartburn for men. Okay, but it is not necessarily a cause and effect relationship, and the association may not exist for a woman. Okay, so this is the correct option that we're looking for. Good, so all of you are correct. Well done, good job. All right, let's move on. All right, try this question. This is based on line of best fit. Okay, so the scatter plot above shows the number of surveys sent to and returned from people in 17 different neighborhoods. A line of best fit for the data is also shown. Okay, for the neighborhood that had surveys sent to 800 people. Okay, surveys sent. Okay, on the x-axis we have number of surveys sent, on the y we have number of surveys returned. So for a neighborhood that had surveys sent to 800 people, okay, so surveys sent to 800 people, so 800 is somewhere here. This is exactly where 800 is. This is the line of 800. Which of the following is closest to the positive difference between the actual number of surveys returned and the number predicted by the line of best fit? Okay, so the actual is this. This is the dot that the question is referring to, which is 600. The number of service returned is basically 600. And according to the line of best fit, this number is somewhere here. So this is roughly around, you can say 460 or 470. Not exactly 450. So anyways, the difference will be somewhere around 130, 140. So whichever is the option closer to 130, 140 should be your answer. And do not mark 150 because this line is bit above 150. This is not exactly in the center of 400 and 500. Okay, this is basically bit above 450. Okay, so your answer should be close to 130, 140, not exactly 150. All right, no problem. Okay, let's move on. Draw this, please. All right, so projected annual revenue from sales of product P in millions of dollars. It is given to us in form of a parabola. So on y-axis we have the revenue, which is millions of dollars. On x-axis we have price per unit dollar. So there's a graph between revenue versus the price per unit dollar. All right. So based on the graph of fx, which of the followings are factor of fx? Now factor basically means the point where the parabola will intersect the x-axis. So it is intersecting x-axis at 0 and at 500. So I'm gonna have my two roots, one as x is equal to 0, another as x is equal to 500. So one factor will be x, another will be x minus 500. So D is the correct answer. Can you also tell me like what will be the price per unit if I want to maximize my revenue? What will be the price per unit if I want to maximize my revenue, or if I want the maximum revenue? What should be the price per unit? Yes, around 240, 250. Because if you see the graph, then this is the maximum revenue that we can have some point here. I simply have to draw a vertical line. So it is coming out to be somewhere around 240 or 250. Okay, good, good, good. Well done, well done. Okay. Draw this one, please. All right, let's try this one. So y is equal to 2x plus 7, and equation of line L in the xy plane is shown above. So for line L, the equation is y is equal to 2x plus 7. Another line K has a slope equal to double the slope of L. Now, when you compare this with y is equal to mx plus c, the slope is 2 and the y-intercept is 7. Another line K, this will have an equation y is equal to 4x because we want double the slope, and a y-intercept equal to double the y-intercept of L, so y 4x plus 14. At which point x comma y do the lines L and K intersect? Now if they intersect, then that means 2x plus 7 should be equal to 4x plus 14. So 2x will be equal to negative 7, which means x will be equal to negative 7 by 2. Now if x is negative 7 by 2, then that means y will be equal to 4 into negative 7 by 2 plus 14. So this is like negative 14 plus 14, which is simply equal to 0. So their point of intersection will be minus 7 by 2 comma 0. This should be the answer. I wish I where did you went wrong in this. Draw the next one. Okay, so the quadratic function f is defined by fx is equal to twice of x plus 2 square minus 1. In the xy plane, which of the following could be the graph of y is equal to fx shifted 3 units to the right? Okay, so let's try to first sketch the rough graph of twice of x plus 2 square minus 1. Now, if I draw 2x squared, then y is equal to 2x squared will be a graph something like this. This is y is equal to 2x squared. Now, I need x plus 2 square, so that means I'll have to shift my graph towards the left by 2 units. So my graph will become something like this. This is y is equal to twice of x plus 2 square minus 1. No, not minus 1, it's simply the graph of y is equal to x plus 2 square. Now I have a negative 1 also, so if I'm going to subtract 1 from this, then this graph is basically going to shift downwards by 1 unit, so the graph will be something like this. This is y is equal to twice of x plus 2 square minus 1. Now this is not the graph that I need, because what I need is which of the following could be the graph for y is equal to fx shifted 3 units to the right. So I need to shift this graph 3 units to the right, which means C is not my answer. I need to shift this towards the right by 3 units. It should be something like this, which is given to me in option B. All right, good. Let's move on. For this question, 13 video game. Okay, so 85 scored more than 0 but less than 10,000. 14 scored between 10,000 and 100,000, and the remaining players scored 5,000. Sorry, I think it's 5350 Which of the following statement about the mean and the median of the 100 scores is true? Okay, now median is the easiest to calculate. So if I calculate the median, now median for 100 terms is nothing but 100 by 2 and 100 by 2 plus 1, which is basically the 50th and the 51st term. So if I arrange these numbers in ascending order, because they're like 85 students who scored more than 0 but less than 10,000. Now I don't know what the exact value is, but 50th and 51st, both values will be between 0 and 10,000. So whatever will be their value, we'll simply have to take the averages of the two, and that will be my answer. So one thing is for sure, that is my median will be between 0 and 10,000. This is for sure, no matter what happens. Now 14 scored between 10,000 and 100,000, and the remaining players scored 5350 which of the following statement about mean and median is correct? Now if we talk about mean is nothing but sum of the observations divided by total number of observations. Now these 85 players scored between 0 and 10,000. 14 of them scored between 10,000 and 100,000, which means basically if you're adding a bigger number, then automatically your mean will rise, your mean will definitely go up. So your mean will be greater than this median, and if you add this 535000, you add this value, so this is 5350 and then 000. If you divide this by 100, then let's say if even if the others, the remaining 99 players have scored 0 and only the 100th one score 5350 then also the average will simply be equal to 53500. It is still coming out to be 53,500. So even if we don't consider the scores of the first 99 players, then also my average is coming out to be 53,500, which is again greater than any value between 0 and 10,000. So no matter what happens, my mean has to be greater than the median. Good. So all of you are correct. Good job. Well done. Draw this question, please. Another question from geometry. The volume of a regular rectangular prism with a square base is 6,000 cubic inches. If the area of each of the four lateral faces is 300 square inches, what is the area in square inches of the square base? Now, this rectangular prism, in other terms, is nothing but a cube or a cuboid. So, cube and cuboids are nothing but rectangular prisms. So, let's draw. So we have a square base and the volume is 600 cubic inches. The area of each of the four lateral faces. If you have a square base, let's first do this, that this dimension is A and this dimension is also A, and let's take this third dimension to be B. So we have A square into B is 6,000, because this is how we calculate the volume, that is L into B into H. Area of each of the four lateral faces. Now lateral faces is this, the left one, the right one, the front one and the back one. So the areas will be AB plus AB plus AB plus AB, and this is given to us as 300. So 4 times AB is 300, or AB will be equal to 75. So A into AB is equal to 6,000, which means A will be equal to 6,000 divided by 75, which will simply give us A as 80. So what is the area in square inches of the square base? Now if A is 80, then this area will be equal to A square, and that is equal to 80 square, and which is basically equal to 6,400. This should be your answer. Oh, okay, my bad. If area of each of the four lateral. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, then it will simply be AB, because I just need one of the areas. Then it will simply be AB, which is equal to 300. So A into AB is 6,000. So AB is 300, which means A is equal to 20. So this area will simply be equal to 400. Alright, good. Thank you, Ayusha. Alright. Himadri, Kashika, is it clear? Okay, try this next one. Okay, try to understand. So we have velocities 1, 2 and 4, and corresponding to that we have the kinetic energies. The table above shows velocity in meters per second of an object and its corresponding kinetic energy for 3 different velocities. The function k is a quadratic with respect to v. So we can say that the kinetic energy is directly proportional to v square. This is basically what it means. Or I can write ke will be equal to kv square. Now what is k? K would be some constant, proportionality constant, that we do not know, probably something we need to calculate. What is the kinetic energy of the object when its velocity is 3 meters per second? Because the first thing is we need to calculate the value of k. So if I use 2 and 24, so I should get 24 is equal to k into v, sorry, should be equal to k into 2 square. So from here I'm going to get k is equal to 6. Let's just verify whether what we have done is correct or no. So let's plug in 1 and 6 also. I'm going to get 6 is equal to k into 1 square. So I'm again getting k is equal to 6. And if I put 4 and 96, then I will be getting 96 is equal to k into 4 square. 4 square is 16. 96 by 16 is again 6. So k is again equal to 6. So this equation that, or this relationship that we have formed is correct. Now k is equal to 6, which means my equation will change to Ke is equal to 6V square. Now you need to find the kinetic energy when the velocity is 3. So replace V by 3. So I'm going to get kinetic energy as 6 into 3 squared. So 9 into 6. And that should be 54 is the correct answer. 54 joules is the correct answer for this question. Madhuri, where did you went wrong? GP. You have to find the relationship. It's a function. It's given the function K is a quadratic with respect to V. It's not GP. Alright, no problem. No problem. Let's move on. For the next question. The equation 2x plus 30y is equal to 4700 models the total number of trees in a neighborhood consisting of a 2-hectare park. So 2-hectare park. So we have 2-hectare park and 30-hectare residential area. The total number of trees in the neighborhood is 4700, which is again given to us in the equation itself. What is the best interpretation of x in this context? Okay, the total number of trees in the park, no, that is 4700. X can't be that. The number of trees per hectare in the park, this is something that is correct because we have 2-hectare park, so probably this 2 is for the number of hectares and this 30 is for the residential area. So this seems correct. C is the total number of trees in the residential area. No, that should be from 30y, not from x. So this is also out. The number of trees per hectare in the residential area, this is again incorrect because that should be 4700 divided by 32. So B is the correct answer. Good, well done. Draw this one. What is the graph of the equation y is equal to 2 3 to the power x? Now again, see, you don't have to draw the graph in the exam. So we'll go with the help of the options that we have. So I'm going to figure out a couple of points. So I have y is equal to 2 3 to the power x. So if I take x is equal to 0, then y will be 2 into 3 to the power 0. So that is 2. So one thing is for sure that my graph will pass the y-axis from 0 comma 2, which means this and this option is out. Then when x is 1, then y will be equal to 2 into 3, which is equal to 6. So when x is 1, it has to be 6. So this is 6. And when it's 1, then this is 4. So this is out, which means my answer is first option. Good. Well done. All of you are correct. Good thing. Okay, try this one. Another question on scatter plot. Okay, we'll again solve this question with the help of options. Now the first dot that we have, that is when x is equal to 0, y is like very close to 0. So y is somewhere around 0 0.1, 0 0.2, something like that. So when x is 0, for option number A, the value of y is 1.6. So this is out. For option B, this is coming out to be 1.6 again. So this is again out. Option B it's 0.5 and option C it's 0.6. So again 0.5. So one of them is correct. That is C and D. So I'll take the next point, that is when x is 2. When x is 2, then y is approximately 1.8 or 1.9. So when x is equal to 2, then this will be 0.5 into 0.6 square. Now 0.6 square is like 0.36, so 0.5 into 0.36. Now 36 into 5 is 180, so that will be 180 by 1000, that is 0.18. Now this is nowhere close to 1.8, so this is out. And the D option is 0.5 into 1.6 square. So this is like 0.5 into 16 square is 256, so that is 2.56. So this will be roughly around 1 point. This will exactly be around 1 point, you can say 1.3, 1.4. Now this is again not the result that we're looking for, but this is like the closest option that we have. So this will basically best models the scatter plot that is given to us. Okay, so I'm gonna go with option number D. This would be the most appropriate options of the three, of the four options. Okay, so D should be my answer in this case. All right, now having said that, we're gonna do one more question. Yeah, try this one. This one is also interesting. We have fx which is equal to x minus a into x minus b. So we have a quadratic equation in its x-intercept, or in its root form. So x minus a into x minus b. So your parabola will be something like this. Now, so this point we can say will be a comma 0, and this point here, this will be b comma 0. Now I do not know what is a, what is b. I have no idea. The function f is defined above, where a and b are integer constants. Okay, so a and b are integers. That's something given to us. F of 1 is positive. F of 1 is positive. That means for when x is equal to 1, then the y coordinate of that point will lie above x-axis. F of 4 is negative. That means the y coordinate for x being 4, it will be negative. And f of 7 is 0. If f of 7 is greater than 0, so I can say that f of 1 will be somewhere here. That is, x is equal to 1 will be somewhere here. F of 4 is negative, so f of 4, that is x is equal to 4, should be somewhere here. And f of 7 again greater than 0, which means f of 7 should be somewhere here, which means this point should be x is equal to 7. What is one possible value of a and b? So one thing is for sure, that the value of a is between 1 and 4, and the value of b is between 4 and 7. So what all possible integers can a be? A can be 2 and 3, and b can be 5 and 6. These are the two integers possible. So a plus b can be 7, they can be 8, they can be 8, they can be 9. So 7, 8 or 9, either of them will work for you. 7, 8 or 9. Alright. So okay. So guys, any doubt? Kushika, Himadri, Ayusha, any doubt to any three of you in what we have done in this session? Anything you would like to ask? Alright. So I hope all three of you are ready for your exam. It's on Saturday or it's on Sunday? Saturday. Okay, good. Alright then, so I don't think we need anything else as far as maths part is concerned. I'll request Neil sir also to take your session probably tomorrow on the verbal part whenever it's feasible for him, so that you guys have a touch of verbal part also before the exam. Okay. Alright then, so best of luck for your exam, and I'll send a couple of more questions for you to practice before the exam. Okay. Okay then, thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have